What's going on, y'all? I got a quick disclaimer before we get into this video. I'm sorry, the video quality isn't the best. Throughout the video, my camera, panned in and out of focus a lot, and I didn't realize it until I went to edit my video. I didn't remake the video because I thought this would be a good lesson and a good stepping stool for me to learn from. And I even want to, really show y'all that, I make mistakes and I have failures, but I still think that the message, and even if you just listen to the audio, you could still learn, you could still grasp onto something that, could potentially help you grow. So sorry about that. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna hold myself to a better standard, not only for myself, but for my audience as well. I love y'all. Hope y'all learned something. Gang.
You wanna know Pi's favorite song? Slice, baby. You wanna know why pies are so good at math? They know how to divide equally. Look. What's a pie's least favorite activity? Being left out the circle. What did one slice of the pie say to the other? You're crust worthy. What's going on, YouTube? Back again with another video. And yeah, you guessed it. This video is all about pie. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see, we also back on the board. Remember, the future is now, but I really was having a hard time figuring out, what direction I want to go with this video. And out of nowhere, it just dawned on me that I should make this video about pie. And not pie as its physical self, but to use pie as an analogy on how we can go about, organizing and structuring our life. It's crazy how much of a sense of urgency we have when, we watch the news and they tell us it's a hurricane or it's a snowstorm or it's, it might flood or whatever the case may be. They give us these warnings, and how much we prepare for future circumstances. We build up a sense of urgency to, make sure we plan everything out. We prep things, make sure we got food, water, necessities, batteries, whatever the case may be. And we prepare ourselves and get ready because we don't know what the future holds. So as, dream tracers and as people that are trying to, reach their max potential, it's important that we have that same sense of urgency to go make things happen, go get our dreams, to, commit to our daily routines or whatever the case may be with that same sense of urgency as if we was preparing for a snowstorm. It's very interesting how differently we start to think when there's an unexpected outcome. We move totally different. I've seen people fight over loaves of bread and cases of water at a grocery store, But people won't, prepare themselves and get ready and plan out for whatever they're passionate about. Why don't we have that same sense of urgency when it comes to the things we're passionate about, or the future careers we want to get into, or our dreams? How come we don't have that same sense of urgency as if, the storm's coming? Because I think life works in the same way. Just like how, they get on the news and they tell us that a snowstorm's coming in 2 days, every day as the time goes on is you're one day closer to, leaving this earth. And everything that you dreamed of doing and everything that you want to achieve and all your passions and everything that you hope for the future, as time goes on, it's almost like the chances of you getting to those places that you want to be or becoming that person you want to be, it slims. So it's a lot easier said than done to speak about things because we have such large goals and large dreams. But at the same time, you can still move with a sense of urgency as if a storm was coming, because it's the same type of thinking in the sense of that you don't know how the future is going to turn out. The future could easily take a turn for the worse at any moment. However, if you prepare for that, if you prepare, your mind, body, and soul, if you prepare by having a daily routine already established, if you prepare your work, prepare by having a strong work ethic, if you plan out your day so you make sure that you're at least getting 1% better at whatever you're trying to do, or at least you're getting one step closer to whatever your goals may be every single day. Your consistency is almost like preparation, in the sense of that, you may not know when or how or what exactly your future holds and how you're gonna achieve your big dreams and your goals, but what you can do is prepare by working day in and day out. And to take it a step further, let's just start with a single day. Let's just imagine that this is the same thing as this, without the slice missing. Let's just say that this pie is named 24 hours. Ironically, this is the same 24 hours that you have in a day, and this is the same 24 hours that I have in a day, and this is the same 24 hours everyone has in a single day. So every day you have 24 hours to divide your life into slices. And each slice could be a multitude of things. It could be your job. It could be school. It could be working out. Hobbies. It could be religion. Regardless of how your day might go, you have 24 hours to fit all these things, and this is just, a few to start off with. And you have to use this pie to make slices out of the things that you want to do. This is the thing, though. This isn't your typical type of pie. Every slice isn't going to be cut equal. So this is the hardest thing when it comes to our daily lives, is how do we prioritize which pie slices are larger than others. And by pie slices, I mean the things we do in a day. So these are pie slices. And just keep in mind, this isn't like a regular ordinary pie. This pie is your life. You know what I mean? This pie is something that you should look at as precious, as valuable, because you only get this one pie every single day. So the way you use it to prioritize what matters to you most is very important. And let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe that every slice, every piece of the pie, it should be something that's meaningful, something that adds value to your life. And no slices should be wasted. And right under pie slices, I'm gonna write this in parentheses: the size of slice should equal its importance. You know what I'm saying? So before we, go in and just kind of divide and cut into a pie, I really want you to think about the things that matter to you the most. The reason I put that is because it really makes you put things into perspective. it's a lot of things that I would consider to be really important in my life compared to other things, you know. So I'm gonna just start and use me as an example. So number one, as I make my first slice, I want to think about the most important thing in my life right now. What do I prioritize over anything and everything that I do? And that's going to be shown as the biggest slice. So this, and like I said, this is my example. Feel free to get creative and really, you know, think deeply about yours. But for me, you know, I wouldn't even have a pie if it wasn't for God. So I would say God is probably the number one thing, the biggest priority in my life at all times. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely gonna get, you know what I'm saying, a significant slice of my pie just in my 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know, right now I'm also a college student, so I'm trying to, you know, finish up school. It's getting kind of crazy. I would say, you know, school is definitely a major part of my life for sure. And I'm definitely gonna prioritize that by giving it a huge slice of my 24-hour pop. Now, before I keep going, I really want to think about, or I really want to talk about how I'm prioritizing and ranking these things and how I'm thinking about it. So 24 hours is a long time if you think about it in increments. You know, every day you might not have or let me put it like this, what I believe is that we make time for the things that matter to us most. So if it's something in your life that you're putting aside, or if it's something that you're procrastinating about, it may be because you're distracted by things that don't deserve a slice of your 24-hour pie. And so for me, I would say my biggest, you know, kind of thing that right now, being truthful, that has a slice, I would say is gambling. It's sports betting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's not a problem. It's not an issue, nothing like that. But in my free time, I do spend a lot of time, you know, trying to hit on a bet. You know what I'm saying? I like the greens. You feel me? But I would definitely say that's a small kind of chunk that's going into my 24-hour day. Now, this is just me being realistic, because this whole pie, this is how my day would go, not how my day should go. You know what I'm saying? This is just how it is right now. I'll say another small piece of my pie will be on social media. Right? I hope y'all can. Let me go on here and fix it. Now I don't just be sitting down scrolling, but definitely been in the crib due to the snowstorm. Definitely been catching myself scrolling for a few minutes. They brought TikTok back, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely been, you know, going to catch, you know, a few reels, a few TikToks here and there. So I'd say over the past few days, you know, gambling, social media, that's two, you know, pieces of my 24-hour pie that my time has definitely went into. Okay, so now let me switch back gears to the things that I want to prioritize in my life. So I have God, I have school, and, you know, a very important piece of my life is also my family, my familia. La familia, nah, most definitely. Definitely got to make sure I have time set aside for those that, you know, I love and really care about most, because, like I say, time ticking on, you really got to value and cherish every moment you have with, you know, the people that you care about. So definitely a major key, a major factor in my life. Next thing I'll say that I prioritize in my day-to-day would be lodging in society. Yeah. this. Definitely make sure that I'm, trying to always put in my 1% or even more to try to get better, grow at something related to the business, always trying to grow and continue to push myself to see how I can take things to the next level, especially with my team. So definitely would say LGS is a major factor in my life, along with family, God, and school. Now, this one, it kind of gets tricky because I got these small things that take up in my life, maybe an hour or two. I got these things that I want to prioritize that's going to take up, majority of my day. But I still have a large space right here. Okay, so cool. I still got a little bit more space to fill out. And let's talk about some of the hobbies that I enjoy. They aren't going to be as big as slices as the things that I prioritize first, but they're still going to have a significant size. So I would say one is poetry. I love poetry, love to write, love to express myself using words. It's been something that I've been picking up a lot more over the past few months, so it's definitely something that I prioritize over things like gambling and social media. And along with that will also be working out. You feel me? So I would say those two probably get the same amount of time, same amount of attention per day in my 24 hours. And then one more that kind of probably have the same type of size as these will be hanging out with my friends. So whether we going to play basketball or we going to just hang out, you feel me? Definitely make time for my friends and things like that, you feel me? So in reality, this is the size of maybe I would want these things to be, but in actuality, me being honest, I would say social media definitely takes up a large portion of my life. I try to stay away, but hey, it definitely consumes me. And then I don't be gambling like that, but I ain't gonna act like I just be gambling all the time. But, here and there, I definitely sports bet. You know what I'm saying? Gamble. And then a few more adjustments. I spend a lot of time at school. Make that a little bit wider. And I also got a job, so I'll say my job is something that I prioritize as well. So this is my 24-hour pop. I'd say the majority of what my 24 hours goes to is God, school, family, largely in society, and my job. You know what I'm saying? Small things that, take up my time are also my hobbies: poetry, working out, hanging out with friends, and then some of my, other hobbies that I may want to, reevaluate is spending time on social media and, gambling, sports bet. So this is what my 24 hours look like in a day. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best, but this is just me being honest with myself and taking the time to really just visualize, is everything on my palm necessary? You know what I mean? Is everything adding value to my life? Are there slices that deserve to be bigger, or the slices that deserve to be smaller? Do some of the slices need to be condensed so much that it turns into crumbs? So when I made this pie, it really made me evaluate myself and the things that I prioritize, and I really get to visualize what and how I want my life to be set up in a way that brings me closer to everything that I'm trying to achieve. Because that's the main thing about the 24-hour pie, is that think about your goals, and you also want to think about your purpose. So one of my favorite questions that I love to ask driven people and that I often ask myself is, how bad do you want to be great? Greatness requires sacrifice, it requires commitment, and it requires hard work and dedication on a level that's very uncommon, on a level that's so high that majority of people never reach that goal. And it's a mixture and a multitude, a lot of things that tie into why people who aren't, the great ones, or people that, don't quite reach the potential that they wish they could, or people that, don't choose not to chase their dreams, is a mixture of discipline, failure to commit, distractions, procrastination, scared of failing. It's a mixture of all these things that stop us from, really accomplishing everything that we set out to do. So having a 24-hour pod really makes you sit and wonder and think about, if everybody I look up to, that I consider great, they all have a story of how they prioritize this one thing that really mattered to them the most, and day in and day out, they made it the center of your life. Now, obviously, if you're religious, God is always going to be prioritized. Obviously, if you're in school, you got to go to school. Never want to forget about your family, things like that. And you got to make money somehow, so you got to have a job. But with that being said, you can also maneuver, slices of your 24-hour pie to make sure that, the thing that you really want to happen, the thing that you really want to be great at, the thing that you're the most passionate about, whatever the case may, whatever you feel like your purpose is driven by, maybe we should take out the slices of social media or the slices of sports gambling, just so I can use this whole slice of the pie for LGS. You know what I mean? That's like a question I would ask myself. How important is, turning $10 or $50 is compared to, actually turning Longines Society into a corporation? How important is working out compared to me scrolling on social media? You know what I mean? If I could get another 45 minutes to an hour in the gym, better in my health, whatever the case may be. Or what if, and these are just things that you can really just, sit. And these are just things, you can really ask yourself and really think about and visualize by doing this exercise. But by doing this, you're able to see how you can manage and prepare and plan out your 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? And just me doing this alone, it builds that same sense of urgency that I talked about in the beginning of the video, because, greatness doesn't wait on no one. So if me, somebody that's always speaking and talking about how bad I want to be great and how bad I want to fulfill my purpose, it's different when you actually look at how my days go. I'm not thinking about greatness when I'm scrolling for 45 minutes on TikTok or whatever the case may be. I'm not thinking about how great I want to be by, spending money on sports bets and parlays, you know what I mean? It's those type of questions that really get you thinking and really put you in that perspective of how great you want to be. And really everything that's not aligning to your purpose and to your goals, just ask yourself, should you even consider adding it on your 24-hour pop? And one of my 2025 goals is to get better at organization. Maybe I need to get a bigger whiteboard. I'm sorry for the clutterness, but I hope you get my point. If it's not adding value to your life, if it's not aligning with your purpose or your goals, does it even deserve a slice? To conclude this video, I really want y'all to take the time and, really map out and draw your 24-hour pop. When you're making your slices, make sure that you prioritize the things that matter to you the most and make those your big slices. It's also important that you be as honest as possible with yourself. Ask yourself the big question: is it something that I want to keep, or does it deserve to, be crumbs of my 24-hour pop? You know what I mean? During the exercise, make sure you ask yourself, how great do you want to be? Because that question alone ties directly into the point: greatness waits on no one. So just keep these things into consideration when you're making your pie, and, have fun, be creative, and afterwards, make sure that you, remove some slices, or if you want to make some slices bigger, just map it all out. But the biggest thing that I want you to understand is, it's important that if you want to, reach your potential, if you want to be great, if you want to, fulfill your purpose, have a sense of urgency about it. Don't just stand around and think that it's going to happen by itself. No, really prepare and really plan and really, map out exactly what you prioritize in your life. So whenever your door may open, or whenever your blessing may come, you're ready for it. You're prepared for it. You've already been putting in the work. You already have the discipline. You already been consistent, been committed. And, when those doors open, it's not going to be a surprise. It's going to be destined. So just keep that in mind, and, make sure y'all enjoy y'all slices of pie too. But, at the end of the day, make sure everything that's on your 24-hour pie is things that you enjoy. You don't want to have anything that you don't like or you're not going to eat. Why would you eat a slice of pie that you don't like? You know what I'm saying? So make sure everything is, things that you have to do, or things that you want to do, and things that, bring you fulfillment. But overall, man, I hope this whole exercise made sense. I'm going to finish this pie. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all get y'all some LGS merch. I'm going to put the link in the description, along with our Instagram and my personal Instagram, man. Just remember, the future is now. Keep dreaming. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Gang. Pop so good.